My name is Mark Wyan, MarkWyan, and I'm a sergeant with the Salt Lake City Police Department's Public Relations Unit. We'll be providing a final update to the situation here downtown. You'll also hear from Salt Lake City Fire Department Captain Chad Jefferson, who will provide some information from the fire perspective. Again, we're happy to report that right around 2:30 this afternoon, with the help of the Utah National Guard, the Salt Lake City Fire Department,
They're not getting any audio.
We'll save it. Save it through.
I don't know how long it was out there, but we're thankful to that community member who saw something out of the ordinary, and it just reinforces to our community members, thank you. If you see something that doesn't seem right, give us a call so that we can get there, get the resources there to be able to figure things out.
How did you end up discovering what the item was? Were canines used, or how was it approached?
We had a multitude of resources here. As you could see, we had canines here, we had the Utah National Guard here, the fire department. I don't know what specifically was able to be the final determination, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's the collaboration and the partnerships that we have through public safety to be able to reach this resolution today.
Why did it take 7 hours?
Because we're going to make sure that no stone is left unturned. We have time on our side. We want to make sure we're doing this right, because if you start doing things very quickly, you can make mistakes, and we can't afford to make mistakes. The community expects that we do everything that we can, use all the resources available, and that's why it took time, and it will take time. It's not unusual. This is part of how these investigations unfold.
Is there heightened awareness or maybe concerns right now, given some of the other threats that have been made in the city in the last few days?
That's a good question. We're always on alert. Our community members need to be on alert. If, again, like I said before, thanks to this community member, it was brought to our attention. They saw something that seemed out of the ordinary. We addressed it. We took the time and we used the resources to be able to safely make a resolution here.
What will the disposal process be like for this?
Yep. I don't have that specific information. Obviously, our HDU squad and our partnerships that we have with other units like that, they go through specific training to be able to make sure that those items or whatever it is done in a safe manner.
Were there any verbal threats made in conjunction with the setting down of the item?
Yeah. I don't have any specifics. That's obviously something that we're going to look into. And again, if anyone found themselves in the area, maybe saw this person drop this off in those early morning hours, or has any information, please let us know, because we're taking this very serious.
Were you able to confirm whether or not this was in a box, a bag, or anything like that?
Again, like I told you before, the only thing that I can confirm right now was a organic agricultural product.
And with the evacuations and asking people to avoid the area, when does everything return to normal?
Yeah, so it actually happened fairly quickly once we determined that. Obviously, it took some time because we had this whole area blocked and shut down because we had a lot of resources here. But as you can see behind me, traffic is flowing. People are walking by us right now. We've made sure that we stayed in contact with those that were supposed to shelter in place, supposed to evacuate, and it appears to be business as usual.
Is this a crime at all? You know, leaving something suspicious behind that leads to this kind of response, or like any sort of citation or anything like that?
You know, that's part of the ongoing investigation here. Is we'll have to determine, why this happened the way it did, why it evolved, who did it. So again, that's the ask: is whoever did this, come forward. We'd love to chat with you.
Can you review just one more time what the process was like to actually discover what this was?
Again, this started in the early morning hours, just before 8 o'clock. Our officers got here. They made that initial assessment. The on-duty watch commander requested the help of our hazardous devices unit, who came. They obviously did their own analysis after they got the information from our patrol officers. They have tools and resources at their disposal that they use. They made those phone calls. We're fortunate to be able to have, one phone call away from those regional partnerships that we have, the national partnerships, to say, hey, this is what we have, this is what it looks like, what should we do, what's the next course of action? And so we strategize to make sure that we always keep public safety in mind. And so again, we continue to scale that up to where we were able to get in there, analyze what it was, and ultimately determine that it did not pose a threat to our community.
You got a lot of teams out there today. How do you think they did as one today?
I think this is a great example of collaborative partnerships with public safety. We're fortunate to work here and have, those resources available. Special thanks to our police officers, our fire department, the Utah National Guard, the FBI, the county bomb squad. All the resources that came here played a pivotal role in making sure that community safety remained the top priority and that this resolved in a safe manner.
Are you able to identify the individual on the surveillance photo? Will you be suing them, or are you going to wait till they come to you?
Yeah, that's part of the ongoing investigation. Obviously, when it's appropriate to the investigation, if we, need to need the community's help identifying who that person is, we'll do so publicly. But yeah, that's still being sorted out. I can turn the time over to the fire department.
Hello, Captain Jefferson, Chad Jefferson, CHAD JEPPERSON, Community Relations Division, acting as a PIO today.
What role did your fire department play in this?
So the fire department was initially dispatched and responded in case of a scenario that required our services, and that is a fire, obviously, but also with the hazmat, we are part of the investigation. So our hazardous materials team arrives and helps investigate to determine if the package is safe to approach or not, and or what kind of disposal it needs.
Can you talk about the assets you had out here? How many people, how many vehicles, kind of nuts and bolts of who you had out here and what you had?
Yes, we had about 6 fire apparatus in total, a Gold Cross ambulance. That makes about 20 firefighters and 2 Gold Cross folks. That's within Salt Lake City. Outside of that, the cooperation with the Salt Lake City Police Department, the Utah Air National Guard, the FBI, those are separate numbers, but total Salt Lake City firefighters were around 20.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.